Typical mistakes for removing gel polish with electric nail file. Coming up. Hello, I'm Anastasia, and today I will share typical mistakes when removing gel polish by filing it off with electric nail file. This seems to be pretty easy, which it is, but still there are some moments you need to keep in mind. First one is when you're using electric nail file which is not powerful. For example, the one that's lower than 30 watts. What will happen is that you may use the good drill bits, you may do everything correct, but then you notice that the product is not actually filing it off. So you try to push harder, and what happens that this bit gets stuck in the product and it's not filing it off still. So what I recommend you to do is to use electric nail file that is at least 30 watts or more. Number 2 is using diamond or sand beads for removal. You can use any bead actually, it's not really a mistake, but here's why. If you use carbide or ceramic bead, they have flutes. So when they spin, they're basically filing off, like peeling off the layers of the product, which make the process faster and easier. Sand beads and diamond beads have abrasive particles on it, so when they spin, they're kind of scratching the surface, which is also good for removal, but it will take longer, it will heat more, so it will not feel as comfortable for your client. So I recommend using carbide or ceramic beads. Number 3 is low speed. And this mistake is so common by beginners, and I know that it might be frustrating to use a high speed with your nail file when you're just getting started. You really want to work on low speed. But if you will turn on, let's say, 10,000 rotations per minute, it's not fast enough for these flutes to actually file off some product. So what will happen? They will start scratching the surface, keep spinning, keep heating up the nail, and the client will start complaining and the product is still not filed off. So do not be afraid and use the speed at least 15,000 rotations per minute or more. Next mistake is filing the natural nail. As you probably know, we're not supposed to file natural nails with beads, especially carbide or ceramic, because they're too abrasive, too harsh for our nails. And actually the goal of product removal is to keep our natural nails safe. So when you're filing it off, ideally we need to file off the product and leave a thin layer of the base coat remaining on the nail, so then it will naturally grow off and you will not even touch the natural nail. It might be pretty hard, so if you are not sure whether you're filing or over filing the natural nail, what I recommend to do is to stop at some point when you see that the product is thin enough and continue working with a hand file. Next mistake is holding the bead at one spot for a long time. What will happen that it will overheat pretty fast, and also we can damage natural nail. So you need to work at different angles and always change your position. For example, you're filing it off on the right side, then switch to the left side, then switch to the center, so do not keep it on one spot. Even though it may seem on some videos that they're holding it on one spot for a long time, but usually just an illusion, they're still moving. This is just physics, so do not keep it at one spot for a long time. It's better to come back to this spot if you realize that you haven't filed it off enough yet, and just move back and forth. Last one is uneven pressure. When filing off the product, you need to set the drill bit at one spot and then move, applying the same pressure that was at the beginning. If you will not do this, what will happen that you will create a dip and then it will be straight and then another dip again. So the surface will look like cheese, which is a common mistake by beginner nail technicians actually. So what you need to do is to press a little bit and then keep this pressure. So you will basically peel the even surface of the nail, and once you stop your work, you will also have the perfect smooth surface. Sometimes it's pretty hard, especially if the overlay or extensions that you are filing it off are not even already, then yes, it might be a struggle, but still try to control your hand, try to keep the pressure. It also depends on the drill bit you are using. If it's not coarse enough, if it's too soft, or if it's dull already, it may also lead to this. Use good quality drill bits and control your hands. So these were the most typical and common mistakes when filing off gel or gel polishes. Let me know in the comments which of these mistakes have you ever done. I think I've done most of them at some points of my career. That's why I know now how to fix them. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you would like to see more typical mistakes videos and nail art tutorials, do not forget to subscribe as I post new videos every week. And I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!